Hello and welcome everyone to this edition of the Guys Talking About Shit podcast, commonly known as the GTAS podcast. I'm your host, Bob Ruzin, and I'm joined by my co-host, the always deflated Adam Miller.
What's up? That's a pretty accurate description this week.
I'm getting really good on the descriptions when it comes to with all the D adjectives. But Adam, what's been up with you this week? It's been we had my birthday where I was hungover last week.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was awful. That was a rough show for me to get through.
Yeah.
But I'm back and
we did a pretty quick one last week.
Yeah, we definitely did a quick one because we've just been really busy. But we're actually recording today on Friday. This is the first ever GTAS podcast on a Friday
episode.
March 30th is what we're doing because I'm going to be out of town tomorrow and I work early in the morning and then I don't come back until Sunday, which Sunday will be Easter. So I'll be doing some stuff.
Yeah, I won't be available.
You have a surprise visitor at your place.
Yeah, my father-in-law came from England.
Yeah. That's great. You said he was just kind of like, you were mentioning before the show started that just kind of,
days before,
he just showed up.
They're like, hey, how about if I come on this day? And I'm like, okay.
Like, what do you say? Like, no, fuck off. Stay in England.
I like him. We get along, so
I met him once, or I think I met him once or twice. He seemed like a really laid
back.
Huh?
He's very, but he's very English proper.
Yeah, he's very English proper, and then he just kind of seems very, but yet kind of down to earth as well.
Yeah,
he seemed pretty down to earth. I mean, he seemed like a nice guy.
He's a pretty intelligent guy, so I get along with him.
So is that what you guys are going to be doing for your Easter Sunday?
Yeah, we'll
just doing like a dinner thing.
Yeah,
I don't even know what I'm going to be doing yet for my Easter Sunday because, it kind of sucks because normally what we do is we go to my aunt's place and she makes dinner, but the thing is that she always makes ham and I don't eat pork, and so everyone gets pissed off at me.
Well, you know what? They make vegetarian pork substitute, like hams.
Are they more expensive than a normal one?
No, they're smaller too. They're like this big.
I think it's
enough for like 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, I know. But when I do the whole I don't eat pork thing, it's not meant to like burden anybody else. So it's like if they want to eat pork, it's not.
Just tell them you're Jewish.
Well, they know I'm not Jewish. It's my family. They know I'm not Jewish.
Just tell them that you've been hiding it your whole life.
No,
because you feel threatened by them.
No, they know it. They're up to speed with it at this point. I mean, I've been doing it for almost like 4 years now. It was just a choice. So, no, it's. But I'm not.
I don't like eating pig either, so I'm on the same page.
But aren't you mostly because? Yeah, isn't that mostly because Joanne is?
My wife's vegetarian. I'm not, but also pigs are gross. Pigs are just fucking disgusting creatures.
Well, see, I love pigs.
Yeah, you think that they're cute. But wait until one has a stillborn fetus on your kitchen floor and then fucking eats it right in front of you.
Well, Jesus, like, won't they? Like, you need to be pregnant to have this stillborn
I'm
fetus.
assuming that your dumbass bought a pregnant.
Why would I buy a
pig.
Pregnant baby pig? Does that make any sense?
I don't know, dude. There's weird shit going on in the world right now.
Yeah, there's really some weird shit. What was who were you talking about? His name from Ren and Stimpy?
John K. John K. was outed as a pedophile.
Oh, jeez. I don't want to go too much into that. You want to just kind of like brief everybody on that small little bit?
All right. So I'm not going to say that I don't like Ren and Stimpy anymore.
No, I mean, I love Ren and Stimpy.
At least the original Ren and Stimpy.
At least we always knew that it was slightly made by a fucked up mind.
Yeah, we all knew that John K. was an asshole. Anybody who knows anything about the animation industry knows that he's been an asshole for years. He's used pseudonyms in magazines to make super illegitimate criticisms of other animators and other animations, and he's always been an asshole. And just recently came out that he had some kind of pen pal relationship with a 15-year-old girl and then offered her a job. Her dream was to be an animator and offered her a job, so she moved in with him at 16. And he was, I think, like 40 years old at the time, began
like
a sexual
Roman
relationship
Polanski
with
bullshit.
her. Yeah, dude, it's fucking... It's creep city. And eventually she got out of the relationship because she felt that it was... I mean, and accurately felt that it was an abusive relationship.
That's so weird. Like, I can't... I mean, I just can't understand that... Just the idea of just why can't you just not be a creep?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, he tried it again. And that person never fell for it, and also
Isn't that the person who kind of...
That's the person who found like suggestive imagery of children on his computer as well as nude.
Yeah, and I was seeing like him like drawing really crude drawings of like dogs like ejaculating on like kids.
That girl in that drawing is the girl that he was dating, the 16-year-old.
Yeah, that's
he was dating.
That's really messed up. Mm-hmm. That sucks.
Yep.
Ugh, gross. Ew. I mean, the good thing for me though, it doesn't. I don't think of him whenever I think of Ren and Stimpy. I just don't. It's not like something like if this was like Billy West.
Yeah.
And then I would be like, ooh, Billy West and Futurama. It would really change my thing.
Yeah.
He's just the animator, and I guess I'm sure he was a writer on it, or at least something to some capacity.
Well, yeah. I mean, his involvement was pretty intensive. I mean, I'm pretty sure he still has his photograph is still up at like Nickelodeon headquarters. I'm sure it's coming down.
That shit's
soon.
coming down.
Yeah.
But I mean, does it really? To be fair though, is it really that shocking after when they back in 2004 when he did those really, really off the wall lost episodes of Ren and Stimpy where he was like, it was super perverted. Like Ren and Stimpy originally was like kind of perverted, but then it was like the lost but the lost episodes were just straight for adults and like really perverted. Like the cover has like a young, almost looks like, I'm not even gonna try to say that this character on the front was like in their 20s. This was like totally a girl that looked like she was in her teens, and she's wearing like really like skin tight outfit. There's like every crease and crevice is visible in this drawing, and I'm like, this was not good. Like Ren and Stimpy, whenever it was on, was weird. I liked it. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny.
When it did the lost episodes, I was like, this isn't funny. This is just creepy and weird.
I guess I should say that I'm both not really surprised and surprised at the same time, because everybody who knew anything about him knew that he was a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. We just didn't know how deep the barrel of sludge went.
Yeah, well...
And apparently it's going pretty deep.
Yeah.
So...
It's gross.
Hopefully somebody shoots him in the face.
Well...
with a gun.
Well, that's usually what you shoot somebody with.
Yeah, but you never know with John K.
I guess so. Well, going away from that, but all right, let's get into the topics that were new and exciting this week in the world of games and movies, starting off with our first topic, which is that Sea of Thieves is being pretty critically panned, but is selling well for the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves is a Xbox exclusive open world pirate.
Isn't it also on Windows?
Well, yes, yeah. Whenever you say like Xbox,
Microsoft exclusive.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I usually say, if I say like Xbox One, no exclusive on Xbox One usually is just exclusive to that system. It's usually available for Windows. Yeah. But I mean, it's an open world pirate adventure RPG almost. That's like very co-op.
Yeah, it's like 4-player co-op oriented.
Which it looked really cool. Yeah. I was actually like reading up on it like whenever it was about to come out, and I was just kind of interested. I was like, oh, could this actually be a game that if it's good enough, could I maybe... Because I know somebody who has an Xbox One, I could convince them. But the reviews are just ripping it apart.
Yeah.
A lot of people keep calling it, instead of Sea of Thieves, people keep calling it No Man's Sea. Because it is very comparable to No Man's Sky, which at launch saying,
I've heard that it has even less content than No Man's Sky.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Like, and people are like, at least there was something to do in No Man's Sky.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
Which, side note, is randomly coming to Xbox One, No Man's Sky, very soon, just out of nowhere.
Really?
Yeah, very odd. Just throw that in there. Yeah, they're I guess they need to recoup some bit of money back, but that title alone pretty much is like a seal of death. That's not something you put on there. But the game is selling very well, but with the reviews not being very good, it's apparently from this lack of content, and that the game can be finished, and you pretty much can...
In about 4 hours, you can do everything. You do everything. In about 4 hours.
I was watching some gameplay from Angry Joe's channel, and it seems very shallow. Like, it seems like it was going to be this really cool pirate adventure. And you know me, we've discussed it before.
Yeah.
I'm not a pirate guy.
Yeah, no.
But it definitely seemed like a nice, fun co-op game. And the laziness that I'm seeing with some of the character designs, well, not the characters themselves, but more the enemy designs, I would say. It's all skeletons, it seems like. And that's like the real, like, only...
Yeah, the skeletons and then other players are the only two enemies that you encounter.
Yeah.
Well, and a kraken, but it's just the tentacles.
Yes, apparently, like, in the gameplay teaser trailer that they had released at, like, E3, saying that this was... Oh, by the way, it's developed by Rare.
Yeah.
This is Rare's biggest development they've ever tried to do. It's their most ambitious title. And it shows, like...
Maybe this form of Rare.
Maybe. Yeah. So it shows, like, characters diving underwater and exploring all these, like sunken ships, all these creatures. It just feels like exactly like No Man's Sky, but on the Xbox One. And so you see this Kraken. They start, apparently, like, Angry Joe and his crew are kind of, like, hanging around trying to find this Kraken because there's no way to, like, find it. You just got to come across it.
Yeah.
They eventually find it. And then they're like, oh, well, let's just show how cheap this game is. And he dives into the water, and it just goes black because there's nothing underneath. It's just, it's just the tentacles. That's me doing tentacles. Yeah. It's just tentacles attacking you. And it seemed like a really cool idea.
Concept,
yeah. It seems like a cool concept, but it's just not executed. There's no content. And this is another case of a game, one, doing promises.
This isn't the only game that has come out like that has had this concept. I would say Guns of Icarus is similar. And
I'm not even familiar with Guns of Icarus.
Guns of Icarus is like the same concept, but with airships instead of...
Where was that from?
That was on PC. It's coming to PlayStation 4, actually. Guns of Icarus Alliance.
And it's like a floating ship?
Yeah, it's like an airship. It's like a Zeppelin.
Like a Skies of Arcadia? Or is this seriously like Zeppelin balloons?
Yeah, like a Zeppelin.
Oh.
With like a ship deck underneath. Like in old Final Fantasy games, the airships. They had the balloons and then the ship deck underneath. That game had a little bit more depth to it because you had like different character classes. Like some people had to run around repairing aspects of the ship while you're shooting at each other in the air and cannons and shit. And
I've never even heard of that game. I'm surprised you haven't even mentioned it to me before.
I mean, I didn't have a lot of fun.
I
didn't have a lot of fun with it. I was super excited for the concept, but in execution, it's not my sort of thing. I wouldn't say it's a bad game. I'd just say that it's not my thing.
I mean, is it a role-playing game, kind of like this Sea of Thieves, or is it more like a tactical, like you're...
It's more like a team-based, like, multiplayer game.
Okay. Wow.
But I mean, conceptually, it's very similar in that you have a crew on a ship, and you know everybody has a role to play.
Well, here's another thing that I thought was kind of interesting with it. The Sea of Thieves, there is a couple ways to like cheat the system in a way. A big promotion that this Sea of Thieves was kind of being like marketed with was Xbox One's Game Pass, the like $30, $40 a month title, like their Netflix style where you kind of download the games per month and you pay your you got that system, you know what I'm talking about. And apparently a lot of people were just buying the game for very cheap price by doing the Game Pass system and then just like canceling right after. So I guess when we talked about this, we were wondering, I think we had Danko on there whenever we discussed the Game Pass and like all of its details, and we were like, well, what happens if you cancel? Do you lose your games? Clearly, this is not the case.
Apparently, if you paid, you keep it for the month that you paid.
Yeah, I guess so. That's really interesting.
So,
there was also apparently Angry Joe. I'm mostly only going this because I do not own an Xbox One. I think that's been readily known by everybody.
Neither of us do.
Yeah, we both. I want a reason to buy one. Because I really want to play State of Decay 2.
Well, there was reasons to buy one. They canceled them.
Well, you and Scalebound, yeah.
And Phantom Dust.
Oh, yeah, you and Phantom Dust. But you know me, I really want to play State of Decay 2, but I'm not buying 100. I'd say you could probably get an Xbox One for like $150 now. I'd say that's...
I don't know.
I think a used one you could probably get for like $150, a basic model. I don't want to pay $150 just to buy another $60 State of Decay 2. If it is even a $60 title, I really want to play that game. And I was like, oh, well, maybe Sea of Thieves could be it. No, and apparently it's just... I'm not going to buy this game. Gaming is such a fickle market because if you don't impress right out the gate, your game's done.
Yep.
I don't care if you release...
That's why I hate this. Just fucking push it out there. We'll patch it later because that ruins games.
It ruins it. I don't know why this model, people think it's going to work. It just doesn't. No Man's Sky never recovered. Never recovered.
Nope.
Now, to be fair, this could... A lot of people do...
And No Man's Sky made massive improvements. I wouldn't say that it's an excellent game still, but...
Yeah, I heard it made a lot of improvements too.
But nobody's playing it.
But a lot of people
Nobody
also... Yeah, Danko still does play it. The other thing is that a lot of people are kind of suggesting that did Microsoft do what Sony did to No Man's Sky and shove it out there because it was we need to get something out there to promote this Game Pass, and for No Man's Sky we need to get something out there for like Christmas holiday season. I believe it.
Well, there was more involved in the No Man's Sky fiasco.
Yeah, there was a lot.
They lost all the data on the game when their office flooded at one point and had to rebuild from scratch and didn't let anybody know that until after the game had come out.
And I think the creator, I know it was afterwards that he started like mentally breaking down, but he clearly might not have been in the most stable mind.
No, I think he was a little fucked up.
Yeah, he had a couple of screws loose, if you ask me. But I believe that Microsoft probably shoved, like, hey, look, shove it out there. We'll sell some Game Passes. You guys can patch it. We're not like holding you to this. But Xbox is struggling, man. They are struggling to get games on that thing.
Let's examine how Microsoft has treated Rare in the past. Okay, they purchased Rare right after they're coming out of working on all those awesome N64 games.
Yes.
And what do they make them do?
Banjo-Kazooie, nuts and bolts.
And Connectimals.
Oh, they did Connectimals.
They did almost all of the Connect-A-Launch
Can we
titles.
forget? Please don't forget about Perfect Dark Zero, one of the worst sequels I've ever played. Mm-hmm. A game that actually was so bad and so broken that it was actually easier to kill people with punching than it was to actually shoot them. I don't know how in-depth you played that game, but it got to a point where I was throwing away the weapons because you'd be unloading like 2 full clips on the enemies and no one was dying.
Yep.
So it got to the point where I was like when Chuck Norris jokes were and you're like, all right, I'm going Chuck Norris on this, and I'd just be punching people. You'd kill people in 2 hits and you just on to the next one, on to the next one. I mean, hey, at least on Rare's defense, the game still is selling well. Now, I don't know how much that's going to keep up, but I think just people on
people are eventually going to be pissed about it.
I think they're going to be pissed about it because people are already getting like, what do we do now? There's nothing to do because it's apparently all the same missions over and over and over.
It's like the same 4 tasks. Yeah.
What's up?
It's like the same 4 tasks over.
Yeah, you go there, you kill skeletons, and then you
go there,
you find treasure, and you
fetch quests. There's go kill this enemy quest, and there's only fucking skeletons.
They have actually one really funny item in there, and it's the day 1 patch. There's actually an eye patch that has a number 1 on it. And I think that's actually really funny, but it's not... Angry Joe made a great joke where he's like, it's cool that they have a day 1 patch item, but what you really need is an actual day 1 patch. Yeah. Like, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
So I thought that was incredibly crazy that was... that Microsoft pretty much did a No Man's Sky and just released a game that is very ambitious. I feel just to get this Game Pass, get people to buy it, because right now Microsoft, I feel bad for people who have Xboxes because besides they're not getting anything, nothing exclusive. Like they're getting they're getting all their cross-platform stuff. Yeah. But they're not getting anything original, and I kind of feel bad.
I do too, because I know a lot of people that bought Xboxes.
Yeah. And
I told them not to, but...
Well, I have a couple friends who are like, hey, you want to get an Xbone? I'm like, well, give me a reason to buy an Xbone. Yeah. I got no reason. Yeah. There's nothing. But whatever. Okay, Adam, going on to our next topic, which is they finally have released some information about when the U.S. will be getting some Dragon Quest 11. Yeah. The full game. What's the full title of that game? Do you remember?
Echoes of an Elusive Age, I think.
What a great, weird-ass title.
Yeah, I think it might be linking back to one of the older Dragon Quests.
I mean, I to be fair, that a lot of the Dragon Quests have really goofy ass names. I mean,
No, I mean I think it literally may be linking to like an old, like possibly Dragon Quest 2 or 3, because there was a character that appeared in the there's like a new trailer that came out. It's on Sony's YouTube channel. And the character that appears is Eric, and Eric was like the hero of either 2 or 3. I can't remember which one.
Oh, okay. I know that whenever they released when they released these games over onto the DS, because they released all of these games, they had like Hand of the Heavenly Bride, like they all have really wacky ass titles, but they I think they sound great. But so what are we getting?
We're getting the PlayStation 4 version and the Nintendo Switch version, but that's coming late. We're not getting the 3DS version here in the United States.
Yes. Which I kind of found it odd that they were doing a 3DS version of this title. I understand maybe Dragon Quest 7.
I kind of agree with you.
Or wait, was that 8? Dragon Quest 7 and 8?
7 was on PS1 and 3DS.
Yeah, and then they released
8 is on
PS2 and 3DS. Those are amazing ports, by the way.
Yeah.
Completely. They streamlined that.
The 7 port blows PS1 7 out of the water.
Yeah, and I thought Dragon Warrior 7 was a great game.
Yeah.
But they streamlined that thing to just cut out almost all of the bullshit, which thank God, because you don't realize, and like I had nostalgia goggles on whenever I was like, no, they're not going to be able to make Dragon Warrior 7 any better. They did.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing they did with
8. They added 2 whole new characters, and they expanded the content in the game.
I didn't get very far on 8, but
8.
It was still a great port.
We'll see whenever 11 comes out, but 8 is my second favorite Dragon Quest. My first favorite is the Game Boy Color version of Dragon Quest 3.
Yeah, well, that's another one. When they did the Dragon Warrior, when they ported those over to Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3, 1 and 2 are on one cart, and then 3 is on its own single. They cut out all of the massive grinding that was on the Nintendo original Entertainment System ones. Yep. Because that made me get rid of my copies, because the DS versions I think are better than the NES ones, and I think the Game Boy games are better. The Game Boy Color games are better. They're just better. They just cut out so much of the grinding. But in a statement that Nintendo shared with that the Dragon Quest creators, not Nintendo, shared with GameSpot, saying that the development still for the Switch has a long way to go until its release. I guess, I don't know. I didn't think that I thought the Switch was like supposed to be this easy console to develop for.
I don't think that it's not. I think what the problem is with these ports that are taking so long to come to Nintendo Switch is the difference in the system architecture.
So you're saying it's easier to develop for, but it's a little more difficult to port to the Switch.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's a little bit fair. I guess that kind of answers my question on that. I mean, I guess it took a while for the Doom to come over, and then the Elder Scrolls. I mean, if it was as simple, they probably could have had it like out right at launch. But okay,
you have to realize that like the Nintendo Switch is almost built around a tablet architecture. Mm-hmm. Whereas the PS4 and the Xbox, especially the Xbox, are built around like a PC gaming architecture.
So another quote they said are, our aim with Dragon Quest XI and the Dragon Quest brand is to grow the audience in the West. From a business point of view, it made strategic sense to release the 3DS version in Japan in 2017. For the West in 2018, it made the most sense to focus on the PS4 and the PC Steam platforms. That makes complete sense. And as much as I would have...
It's coming to PC and Steam?
Yeah. That's what it says in their quote, actually. So we're getting... I
didn't know that. So, all right. Awesome.
Yeah, so they're...
PC gamers are going to get a taste of Dragon Quest.
Good, because they need to. Yeah. Dragon Quest is such a great game, and they have been with the Dragon Quest builders and the Dragon Quest warriors. They really have been trying to, like, hey, introduce them to these characters. And I think, honestly, the best way to get them introduced to a Western audiences is they should really kind of promote that it is like the designs of Akira Toriyama.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people
love Dragon Ball in the United States.
Yes. I can't believe Dragon Ball Super just ended, too. I didn't know I thought Dragon Quest Super was going to go on forever.
I don't know nothing about that, so.
Well, I'm saying that. Well, you don't like Dragon Ball Super.
I'm not interested in I haven't seen a single episode. Not interested in watching it.
It's good. It's right now. Besides the Blu-rays, it's kind of tough to watch. Is my only complaint. But that's what they should do, is try to pump this out and try to say like especially with the massive success, because it was a massive success that Dragon Fighter Z was, with the band, like, look how visually awesome it is. Pump out these Dragon Quest, well, don't pump them out, but put these Dragon Quest games out and kind of display the artwork and kind of show that, like, hey, this does look like, because it might draw people's eyes.
Well, there's been a lot of in the history of Dragon Quest, we've missed out on quite a few of the games here in the United States.
Yeah, but the main titles we've got.
We have them now, yeah. Mm-hmm. But when they first came out, a lot, like, we got 1, 2, and I believe we got 3.
We got up to 4. We got up to 4, and then we didn't get anything until Dragon Warrior 7 and then Dragon Quest 8. That's all we got.
Well, we got the 2 Dragon Quest Monsters games.
Yes, we got those ones for, like, the DS.
No, those would have been...
Game Boy?
Yeah, Game Boy. And then we got Dragon Quest Monsters, Joker, and Joker 2, which are on the DS. And then Dragon Quest Rocket Slime on the DS.
I like that game. I like that game a lot, actually. Yeah. So the PC versions and the PlayStation 4 versions will be coming out on September 4th. I can't wait for that. It has been available in Japan since last year, but the extra time and effort is going into some tweaks to make the US version friendly to the Western audiences. Good, because that's what you need to do. Changes include an English voiceover, an overhauled menu and UI, a dash function, and a harder draconian quest mode. I don't know what draconian quest mode is, though.
It's probably just a harder game mode.
Yeah. It'll also introduce a first-person camera mode to check out the landscape in great detail. I'm assuming that's just a first-person, like, you're not moving. You're not playing the game.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably just like looking around, yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at pictures, though. I mean, the game looks
fucking
good.
Gorgeous, doesn't
it looks good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's good, though, to say, like, hey, let's get a first-person model in here. I mean, that just might be me, though.
It might be helpful. Who knows?
Either way, I think both you and I can say we're very excited for this game.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Adam, we're going to go on to our next topic of the day, which is... Well, we've gone 3 podcasts now talking about Toys R Us. And do you remember you sent me an article not too long ago?
Yeah, where somebody was talking about KB Toys might be coming back?
Yeah. KB Toys' owner plots a return as Toys R Us begins to go out of business. But not really. So let's go into this, okay? KB Toys was a defunct rival of Toys R Us that went bankrupt in 2009. And then the trademark was bought by a company called Strategic Marks. Strategic Marks is a company that acquires toy trademarks or just normal trademarks and try to revive them. So this is kind of the situation of how you remember the Coleco Chameleon?
Yeah.
And how they're doing this Atari box type of shit? They're not really being released by Atari. They're not really being released by Coleco. Mm-hmm. It's just a company that happens to have the brand. That's like what you remember whenever that's like you buying the Goemon series. Remember how you said you wanted to buy the Goemon series? You're like, I'll take them. Yeah, you can take them, but you develop a game and you use all of your skills and you put Goemon on a title because you own the rights to that title.
Yeah.
That doesn't change the fact that game's going to be a piece of shit because you developed it. Because you don't know shit about...
Wow.
You don't know anything about developing
I
games.
know, but you honestly think that I would just put out a shitty game?
No, but I think you would do your best. But let's be fair. I mean, you're not going to.
I would hire somebody else to make that fucking game.
Okay, but you understand the point, though.
Yeah.
This Strategic Marks company is not KB Toys.
No.
They bought the name. And now they're going to try to have KB Toys pop-up shops come back by this Christmas. Now, what the fuck is a pop-up shop, you might ask? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what would you think a pop-up shop would be?
Well, I kind of already know. So
What is it? Go ahead.
Pop-up shop, they're usually like a shop that will just set itself, like, fireworks stands
Yeah.
around like 4th of July and stuff, how they just like appear in parking lots and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like what a pop-up shop is.
It says a pop-up shop, this is what the definition is, a short-term temporary retail event that is here today, gone tomorrow. Retail is a temporary use of physical space to create a long-term lasting impression with potential customers. So what I treat a pop-up store is like a Halloween store that goes up for like
That's what
August to October and then it's gone.
Yeah.
So is it really coming back? No. Is it even KB Toys anymore? Like, how are they? No. It just seems really crazy that, and it seems just shitty. Like, this is not going to be the KB Toys. It's just name alone, and it's just going to pull on nostalgia heartstrings.
Let me throw a question at you here. Say theoretically, I go to this pop-up shop.
Yes.
I buy something. I take it home. Taking it out of the box. My kids are really excited to play with this toy. Something in the box is broken or it's missing a piece.
And let's say this was the last day of its closing.
Yeah, so I go back the next day. They're not there anymore.
I don't know what you'd do.
What happens then?
I don't know. You probably, the only thing what I would do would probably contact the company of the toy. And then see it, be like, hey, so I bought this at one of these shitty KB toy knockoff stores. Like, this is just going to be like one of those things just around Christmas, make a quick buck because there aren't going to be any toy stores around Christmas because Toys R Us's are going to be gone. They're going to be completely out of the picture. And I don't like these strategic marks. I do not like that idea of just, hey, we're going to buy
it's no different
noticeable brands that are gone.
It's no different than like domain squatting with websites where people like hear that something is coming out and then they'll go and buy every possible website name that has anything to do with it and then try and sell it back to that company for $20,000.
The strategic mark CEO, Leia Kassoff, says that, in quotes, he put his LinkedIn post with a headline, "We're going to save the toy industry." Now with the closing of Toys R Us so quickly, it caught us by surprise, so we spent the last few days with our team and leaders in the toy industry to figure out how we can accelerate the project. This just is like, hey, we got this license for nothing. Let's just try to make a quick buck off it. Yeah. And will they have like good toys? Or are these going to be like cheap shit? You know? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, are they going to have,
don't know
like,
who their suppliers are? We don't know.
Are they going to have deals with Lego or Hasbro or Bandai? Like, are they? Maybe because those toy companies might be a little bit like, ooh, we're kind of struggling because we lost Toys R Us.
Yeah, we have all the shit we got to get rid of.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just want to say that KB Toys...
I'm on the fence about this because we don't know who the fuck these people are. We don't know how trustworthy they are. We don't know how dedicated to the business they actually are, or if this is, like you're saying, just an effort to make a quick buck. However, when you weigh this against the competition, which is trying to hold a fucking GoFundMe to get $1 billion from dumb schmucks on the internet so that they can pay their debts back because they couldn't manage their business, I'm going to go with fake KB Toys every time.
This is them to just buy their things back. Let's see if real quick, I'm going to check and see if what that page is at. Wow. Since we've only done we've
only covered it 1 week.
Yeah, we've only done it for 1 week, but it's only gone up $54,000 since.
Good. Fuck them. I hope it stops before they get to the money.
I just think, I do not like this.
Like, I'm so sorry that those 31,000 people are losing their jobs, but do you really want to work for that fucking idiot that can't manage your company?
No, fuck no, I don't want to work it. But then they also said something that we are going to... let me see. They made some sort of comment, because like one of the biggest downfalls of the whole Toys R Us thing is that 31,000 people are losing their jobs.
That's the only downfall in my opinion.
Yeah, and they are acting like they're going to give these people back their jobs. I'm like, what? Oh, okay, so what? All these people are going to just rush to your 3-month your 3-month KB toys, and then what? Out the fucking door they go. Thanks KB Toys. Strategic Marks routinely purchases nostalgia-filled brand names and writes or revives abandoned trademarks, attempting to spin them into new businesses. It just sounds shady as fuck, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's like domain squatting.
One of its highest profile revivals was Hydrox, an Oreo-like cookie brand that actually beat Nabisco's version in the market in the 1900s, early 1900s. Mm-hmm. Strategic Marks relaunched the cookie in 2015. I wouldn't be surprised if... Okay, I wonder if Strategic Marks has any involvement with the Surge. That wouldn't shock me.
Well, isn't it still being bottled by Mountain Dew?
Oh, you might be
Pepsi
right.
Mountain Dew?
Yeah, that might be right. Okay, well, good, because that doesn't make me feel bad about drinking Tab. I just think that this Strategic Marks just sounds shady as fuck.
I know exactly what they're trying to do is play off people's nostalgia. I mean, is it predatory slightly, but is it any more predatory than, again, what Toys R Us is doing on GoFundMe? No, it's much less predatory.
No, that... Well, at least with the Toys R Us thing, it is shady and I hate it, but at least it does say that if we don't succeed, we will give our money back. Yeah. That's the other thing that I will say, because if they don't give their money back, lawsuits like crazy.
It's not going to matter. And let me tell you something about bankruptcy law. Whenever you file for bankruptcy, your company will be forced to sell its assets to the highest bidder. So if that money legally comes into possession of Toys R Us, bankruptcy law is going to come after that money. They're not going to be able to give it back to you.
Yeah, well, we also discussed that what's the point even if you do gain all that money and you do save it? I mean, Toys R Us is not a business that is sustained to last. We talked about it on the last thing. So if you
have the same management of the Toys R Us company, with if you double that GoFundMe money and have the same management, they're going to kill that company.
If you want a more in-depth reasoning of us going into the GoFundMe page, go check out our individual video of the Toys R Us closing, our Toys R Us GoFundMe page individual video. You might get a kick out of that. Okay, Adam, we're going on to our next topic, which we're going to start heading into some movie news. And these aren't like big stories, but they're small enough that we can kind of just dabble in them and have a little bit of a discussion on them. So it seems that the John Cena Duke Nukem movie is actually moving a little bit forward, and a lot of websites are saying that they are confirming that John Cena is going to be starring in a Deadpool-esque adaptation of Duke Nukem. And we mentioned it before, we had Danko on there on the podcast, and we were discussing, and we all seemed to say that it was actually a pretty good idea match-wise. And John Cena actually, surprisingly, has actually good comedic timing and chops. Mm-hmm. Maybe not the strongest actor, but he does have some pretty good timing when it comes to his comedy. And the one thing I just want to say is, with the producers of it, there is no script, and there is no like director. There's no like generic story. All they got is producers, and they're working on a script. So this is a quote from the producers, Andrew Foreman, Brad Fuller. Yeah, that's what we're working with now. This is all in response to being asked about John Cena as it. He is, yes, we don't have a script yet, so that is confirmed at this point. But if he reads the script and he doesn't like the script, I'm sure there's a way he could pull out. But right now, he's our guy. We're working on Duke Nukem right now. It's going to be about tone. That's about tone. It's going to be about tone. That's about tone. That's actually a quote. That makes no sense. Yeah. How do you nail the tone in a way that Deadpool nailed its tone? I think we have to do that, and if we don't get the tone right, we're not going to make this movie. And that's actually what we discussed, is that it's going to be a tricky and a tightrope to walk on the borderline of how do you go from funny to just being straight offensive, which Duke Nukem is a character that is almost made to offend. Like, that is his thing.
Yeah. I think that not only is this film going to be designed for a specific audience, I think that it's probably going to try and walk that tightrope as much as it possibly can. Because you're right. There is how far do you push a joke before it's not really a joke anymore?
Yes. And how much of it is going to be too on the nose? That's one of the things that I think Deadpool does very well, is that not a lot of the jokes are very on the nose, of just being blatantly in your face. And so there are no writers yet. Once I see writers is where I'm going to...
Yeah, that's where I'll decide whether or not we're really excited about that project or not.
Deadpool-esque does definitely sound like they got to go for the R rating.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't suggest that they...
His catchphrase is chew bubblegum and kick ass and chew bubblegum and I'm all out of gum, even though that's a They Live quote. But that's one of his biggest lines.
Balls of Steel.
Yeah, Hail to the King, which is another quote from another movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have another single individual video on that too, which I do my impression of Duke Nukem, which...
I think that's on that same episode, isn't it?
Which one? Where we had Danko, and we have a separate video where we talk about the... maybe I don't have that separated. I don't think I ever separated that. But one of our older podcasts, we have a video where we discuss when the announcement of, hey, we might have John Cena in there, and I'm trying to... Give me a Duke Nukem line, and I'll just do it for anybody who might have missed it.
I'm gonna rip off your head and shit down your neck.
So, I'm gonna rip off your head and shit down your neck. I love that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think John St. John's a little deeper, but...
Yeah, I mean, I can go deeper. I mean, it's, it's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
It's pretty close.
It's close. I love Duke Nukem. That was one of my favorite games of last year, was the 3D anniversary tour. So, hey, I like the casting of John Cena. I just hope that I can actually see Duke Nukem and not actually John Cena. It is going to be very odd, though, if he doesn't get the voice down, because the voice is a very
let me put it this way. If they don't turn this into Doom the movie, I think we're going to be all right.
Oof. I mean, yeah, but Doom the movie is on a low, low bar, but there are still things above it that are just awful, too.
Yeah.
Like you can say Doom the movie. Well, you could probably say Mario Brothers the movie.
Fuck you.
Mario Brothers the
Fuck
movie.
Fuck you.
Maybe.
Fuck you.
Doom. Then you could do something on the criteria of maybe, well, what would be next after Doom as just like a bad adaptation? Maybe something like Silent Hill. Then
I think Silent Hill was actually a decent film.
Yeah, I know. I'm working up to it. And then you go something like Silent Hill, and then you do like the new Tomb Raider. And then that's probably about it on the video game. Oh, and then Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat's definitely still the best one. We can both, I think, agree.
Yeah, on that. It has all the cheese and all the violence. So
yeah.
You know what I'd put below?
Those were $1,500 sunglasses, asshole.
You know what I'd put below the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Alone in the Dark?
Oh, yeah, that was pretty fucking bad, too.
Yeah, Alone in the Dark's really bad.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with...
No, I was going to say the Resident Evil movies.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Resident Evil movies are watchable, but they are just awful. I don't think Alone in the Dark is watchable. I'll give you... I'll say that the Super Mario Brothers movie is more entertaining than the Resident Evil movies. Yeah. It's a train wreck, though.
Yeah, no, as far as like faithful adaptation goes, it's a fucking giant wad of like semi-solid shit in a toilet.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. Okay.
The fungus is trying to tell us something.
Oh.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The only thing they got right was that Yoshi was a dinosaur.
Yeah, that was it.
Because Mario was Italian, but John Leguizamo Luigi was like, isn't he Puerto Rican or is he Mexican?
Leguizamo? I think he might be Italian. I don't know. Leguizamo sounds kind of...
John Leguizamo is like Spanish.
Really?
John Leguizamo cannot...
I don't know.
Leguizamo.
He was adopted in the movie anyway, so they fixed that.
He's from Colombia.
Whatever.
Look at him. He's not Italian. Look at him.
He could pass.
He does not look. No, he doesn't. He looks like Michael Pena.
Not with that facial hair, he ain't passing.
No, I do. I like John Leguizamo. I wish John Leguizamo would actually get more roles. I really do like John Leguizamo.
What's the last thing that he was in?
Shit.
Gamer? Was Gamer the last thing he was in?
Last thing I remember John Leguizamo in was Kick-Ass 2 as a side character. Okay, and then before that was Land of the Dead. I mean, I really like John.
No, Gamer came after Land of the Dead.
Was it?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let's go through it. I'll just check his IMDb page. I just want to see the last, 3 things he did. He's probably more in television now, if anything. Let's see. Let's go to his films. His last film that he did was... Oh, shit. This is 2013 was his last movie.
Or was it?
The Crash is set to... It's a movie called The Crash. It's set to be released on January 13th. Oh, that was in 2017. So the last thing he did was something in 2017, but he was in The Happening. He was in The Happening, and he also starred alongside Jon Favreau in Chef, which is actually supposed to be a really good movie. And then he played a drug dealer in Jesse Eisenberg, Kristen Stewart movie, American Ultra, which I actually did not remember him being in there, but I actually remembered not hating that movie, even though I hate Kristen Stewart. Okay, Adam, we're going to go on to the next topic, which is a really recent's kind of redundant, but there are rumors going around that Meryl Streep is in talks, or is being rumored to possibly take over the role of Princess Leia in Episode 9. What do you think about that?
What?
Yeah.
What?
What do you mean, what?
They don't look anything alike.
Yeah, I know, but neither does Mark Ruffalo and Edward Norton, but they did that fine.
Yeah, because they just fucking retconned the Edward Norton Hulk.
No, they didn't. That's still the same universe Hulk.
But I didn't see that one, so I don't care.
Oh well, thanks.
You're talking about replacing somebody who played a character one time in the Edward Norton Mark Ruffalo thing to somebody who's been playing a character since the 1970s.
James Bond.
Also different.
Why? For a while, people thought no one would ever replace Sean Connery, and then Roger Moore came. No one could ever replace Roger Moore. And then, Timothy Dalton did, one movie?
Two.
And then there was another guy
George
Lazenby, then Pierce Brosnan. I mean, what the fuck? I just don't think... I don't want to see Princess Leia get a fucking just... a scrolled... Yeah, she's dead now. I think
why not? That's how they fucking killed everybody else in Last Jedi.
No, they didn't.
That's how they killed
Akbar.
They killed Holdo before they even developed her as a character.
Yeah, but there was nothing to develop. I'm kind of glad Holdo went away. Yeah, well, I did not like Holdo.
That was a waste of Laura Dern.
Yeah, that was a waste of Laura Dern because the character sucked. I'm actually a very strong Last Jedi supporter. Laura Dern's Holdo character was not good. I'm sorry. Did you like Holdo? I did not like Holdo at all.
I don't know, because they didn't fucking develop her as a character.
From what you saw.
Not from what I saw.
Yeah. Apparently, I think they addressed her a little bit in a book or something like that, but yeah, I just don't care.
I'm not reading a fucking Star Wars book. Sorry, I'm not that big of a fan.
Oh, I've been reading. Some of them are good. Some of them suck. No. You know what? See, I kind of like the idea. I don't really give a shit that they don't look anything alike. I think if Carrie Fisher were to come back in a little ghost and Mary Poppins her way back in as a ghost or something like that, I don't think she would want to just get killed off screen. I think she would want her story. They were saying when they were developing 8 that Princess Leia was going to have a very big part in 9. And now they're just going to, scrap it? And if you got someone like Meryl Streep who's willing to take the place, I'd be fine with it.
How are they going to explain that completely fucking different face?
It's not like fucking what's-his-name looks like young Harrison Ford in Solo.
That's way different.
Is it that much different?
It's way different.
Why?
Because Harrison Ford is 9,000 years old now.
But he doesn't look like that in the young version.
What I'm saying is he can't go back and play himself young.
What about Ewan McGregor as what's his name? Obi-Wan. Whoever.
Are you getting
Alec Guinness?
Is Alec Guinness even still alive?
No, Alec Guinness died a long time ago.
Okay, that answers your question. How is he supposed to play the same character if he's dead?
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I just said. The same thing.
What you're talking about is
you just said. Wait.
Listen,
you just said. How is the character? How are they supposed to play the same character if they're dead? They can't. So you recast it.
No, you recasted those because they were younger. They got younger people to play somebody who might look different when they're older. That makes sense because people change when they age. Your face doesn't change within the span of a couple months from between Last Jedi to Episode 9.
You can make people look very similar. You can do prosthetics or something. Well, I actually think it would be insulting to try to make her look like Carrie Fisher. I would just say, like, hey, just finish it up. I'm trying to think if there's any other movie where they recast somebody midway through.
You know what they should do? They should just accept that she died and realize they fucked up by not developing Holdo into a fucking character.
Nobody wants Holdo.
If they had fucking done her right, they would.
I don't think there was a way. Like, she just sucked. I'm trying to think of characters. I'm Googling it now. Characters who died and were replaced. Or characters that, like, left.
Were recasted.
Yeah. 29 actors who were replaced by other stars to play the same character. All right, let's go through some of these. They did. I'm not even on this list, but Batman Begins had Katie Holmes. She sucked, and then they replaced her with Maggie Gyllenhaal, who was much better. That's one.
I'll agree. But I mean, that's also, we're talking about a fucking.
This is mostly all. Unfortunately, Katie Holmes sucks. This is mostly all, like. Unfortunately, it's all saying. These are all mostly TV roles. That's different. I've seen that 1,000 times being done. Who are some characters who were replaced in other movies? Oh wow, that's the first option. Is that they replaced Dumbledore in Harry Potter. I don't really care about Harry Potter, but they replaced him. He died, and they replaced him with a new actor, and he carried the rest of the movie going forward. True.
But I think he died after the first film, didn't he?
Yeah, he did die after the first film.
Yeah, so he only made one appearance. Not a big deal.
Let's see. You did...
Not comparable at all, either.
That's very comparable, I think.
Making one appearance in a film is not comparable to playing a character for fucking...
What about Vincent Perez in the Crow sequel? He plays the same character, and then Brandon Lee died.
I mean, I love Brandon Lee, and I love the original Crow, but that's one film.
John Connor from all the Terminator movies.
Well, he's a kid in 2. He's an adult in 3.
And then he's Christian Bale in 1, and then he's the guy from Dawn of the Planet of the Apes in the other one.
Again, but I mean, I don't even really consider Salvation or the new Terminator like legitimate parts of the series.
What about William Shatner and Chris Pine from the Star Trek? They don't look anything alike.
But again, that's a reboot of a franchise.
Not really.
Yes, it is. It's a reboot.
It was a reboot that takes place in the same universe.
Okay, that's fine. It's a reboot.
They say
not comparable. Keep going. If we find something that's comparable, I'll give you that.
I mean, I don't see why you can't say that the Edward Norton going to Mark Ruffalo, like no one...
Again, one film, not comparable. Keep going.
I would have said the James Bond. You replace
But there's no...
He's the same character.
No, there's no guarantee that the James Bond is the same James Bond. That's why people want to cast different races of
His
characters.
name's James Bond, 007.
It doesn't matter. He's a secret agent. Do you think he's going to use his real birth name?
He fights the same villain in like multiple movies.
Okay, but he always
Daniel Craig fights Blofeld in that, and
who's
Roger
played by a different Blofeld actor.
Yeah, I know, but it's still the same character, meaning the same Bond.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, does he recognize him right away? No. Why doesn't he recognize him right away?
Because it's the first time he sees him.
Because it's the first time he's seen him. Because James Bond is different.
I actually don't see a problem with Meryl Streep taking over the role, because I don't want Princess Leia to just go out like some fucking bitch. I hate the fact that like everybody else got these send-offs, and then Princess Leia gets a fucking. Oh, by the way,
they had a
General Leia died.
They had a chance to do that, and they didn't. They should have changed the Last Jedi, and they didn't do it.
What, kill her in the movie whenever she had just died?
Yep. Do
you know how well that would have gone over?
That's what I would have done.
The one I know
you
that
died in the movie, you died in real life.
I know that the daughter specifically said that she definitely 100% does not want a Grand Moff Tarkin deal from Rogue One where it's like a CG. She definitely doesn't want that.
Oh, yeah.
And here, I'll leave it to that.
That's fine.
I have no problem with Meryl Streep taking over for it. She's older. Yeah, I mean, she doesn't look like her, but if she can play the character, maybe just kind of keep the role a little bit simpler or do what you need to do, but then just maybe do a proper send-off or something. I don't know. I don't have a problem with Meryl Streep doing it, but if her daughters, if Carrie Fisher's daughters say, we don't want this character recast, we want The Last Jedi to be our mom's legacy, then I back the fuck off. Let the daughters do what they want.
Yeah.
That's their call. If you don't want the character replaced because that's just so synonymous with her, then that's fine with me. To be honest, though, I don't have a problem with Meryl Streep possibly being cast.
Absolutely not.
You don't like it?
No. They don't look the same. They don't sound the same. They're not even the same type of person outside of the film.
Well, Meryl Streep can literally act her way into any situation.
I'm not saying she's not good.
No, she could act like Carrie Fisher and... I know a lot of people.
Listen,
I know a lot of people.
I'm going to see this film regardless. So if that's the decision that they make, I will judge it when it comes out. But preemptively, no, I think this is a fucking terrible idea.
I think that. Oh shit! I lost track of what I was gonna say. I have no fucking.
What you're gonna say is that you're wrong.
No, I don't. No. Fuck you. I'm gonna sit here and say that.
I'm not saying don't recast her. I'm saying I'm not seeing Meryl Streep. I'm not seeing it.
But Meryl Streep's. Why would you not want to cast her with? Why would you not want to cast Princess Leia with like the best actress ever? Why would you not want to cast the?
I don't know.
Meryl Streep is, well, no doubt top 3. One. I think she's the best actress on the planet, but there's no way to say that she's not at least top 3. You can't.
What are they gonna do? Give her a fucking Darth Vader mask? Something happened to her when she was out in space. She got some kind of disease. We had to give her a machine face.
She was good after she got out. Whenever she Mary Poppined her way into back into the ship.
Yeah, she should just.
That's another scene. I don't like how that was done in The Last Jedi. I thought it just was. I thought, you know what? I'm not going into a lot about this. I just wanted to just since we're on the subject. They could have made that scene a little better if she didn't fly so fast.
Yeah.
I understand she's in space. You got to get her the fuck out of space. But
it was
wouldn't that explode?
And then it was like,
woo! Yeah.
It was like she pushed off of a wall in a pool.
No, you want to know what it is?
Underwater.
It's SpongeBob when he blows the bubbles and he's just like, step on your right foot, don't forget it. And then bring it around. Pelvic thrust. Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
That was it.
You're probably going to break people's eardrums.
Yeah, well, whatever. I'm sorry for the 5 people that are
woo.
listening. Yeah, the pelvic thrust. Woo! Okay, but they could have fixed that. I thought that they could have done it, but I have another problem with you should just found another way to get her. And if you were gonna put her into a coma, you could have came up with a different way. I just feel like when you blow out a bridge, she didn't get cut up by any debris. She didn't just the oxygen didn't just get literally sucked out of her lungs from that.
It was the midichlorians, bro.
Everybody died except her, and then she Mary Poppins her way into space space, and just not a.
I think we covered this before,
not a good scene.
But let's also cover why they should have done that whole bridge explosion as a send off to Admiral Akbar, and the whole part with Holdo flying the ship into the other ship or whatever the fuck that should have all been Admiral Akbar.
That's what I said. Yeah, didn't I say that theory whenever we first saw it? I was like, just imagine if they had just got rid of the Holdo character and just replaced it with Admiral Akbar. It would have been perfect.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna move on now. So Adam, last night
they could have used Laura Dern to do something else, like replace her as a different character that they've actually developed for this film.
Maybe. Okay, Adam, so last night I actually had the opportunity to go see Ready Player One in IMAX 3D, and I just kind of wanted to give a little bit of a thoughts on it. You haven't read the book, but you've been hearing me talk about it getting
for a while,
I loved the movie. I really did. I had so much fun with this movie. It has a lot of like a little clunky dialogue here and there, but just the enjoyment of it, and I will love a movie if I can just sit through the whole movie with a smile on my face. Yeah, there are a bunch of plot holes that you could really easily have fixed. Some of the character motivations towards the end were like really odd. The main guy is not a bad actor, but is just kind of weak, and the whole girl saying, "You don't know how I look. I'm hideous whenever you see me," but then she's like super hot when you see her. She just has a birthmark on her eye. Like, she's like, "You don't know this is what I really look like. Yeah, I could be some like hideous monster or something like that. You wouldn't know." And then he sees her and she's just super hot. So I don't give a I'll take her with the birthmark on her face that makes her look like the kid from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, I don't care. But I liked it because this movie, I've told you, I'm like, I don't think this movie's filmable. The book is just so weird and very, like, not meta, but like, it's aware that it's kind of goofy.
Yeah.
But there's just so much detail in there. I'm like, there's no way you can cram this into a 2.5 hour movie. There's just no way. But, I mean, hey, it's Steven Spielberg, and Steven Spielberg, besides fucking Warhorse, doesn't do a lot of bad movies.
Skulls.
Yeah, Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls is bad. Mostly I'm going to actually chuck that down as because that movie is filmed bad. And I was going to say, maybe it's just the story. No, that movie's filmed bad, it's acted bad, and those two main things are on Spielberg.
I need to get your Warhorse story up there. I'm going to see if I can convince Tegan to animate it.
The Warhorse story? Oh, God. Nobody who's probably listening now knows the Warhorse story. I have a real big hatred for the film Warhorse. I was taken to it on Christmas with my mom, my aunt, and my grandmother, and I have never had a more horribly, like, terrible, fun experience. It wasn't during it was afterwards that I can have fun with Warhorse, because it is just the most cliched, terrible movie. It is.
You said it was the only time that you left the theater visibly angry?
Yeah, I did. I left.
The movie was
I
over.
left. I'm like, why the hell did you drag me to this? This was so fucking bad. This was such a fucked up, terrible movie. This was This was horse gore porn. This was such a bad movie. And then, like, we went and saw Lincoln the next year, which is another Spielberg movie that I like. But I took my mom, my aunt, my grandmother had died at that point. But they were like, man, I hated that movie. And I'm like, well, at least it wasn't fucking Warhorse. Like, it was better than that. And you guys wanted to see that movie. They didn't like it. They didn't like Warhorse either. But they were like, at least I could be like, why the fuck did you drag me to that? What was wrong with you? That movie looked bad. It sounded bad. I will say the movie was filmed well, but I'm not going into the. Maybe one of these days, either you'll either re-upload it or I'll just retell it, because I can. It's usually like a 15-minute argument about.
I just think it'd be because remembering the vivid details that you gave us.
I've told it like
pretty funny animated.
Yeah, I've done it like. I've told the Warhorse story maybe about like 4 times, and usually everyone is just like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that this movie was like this. I'm like, I'm not fucking around here. I'm telling you exactly how this movie happens.
I would never fucking see a movie like that.
It has such a good cast. Warhorse. You're like making me have like Nom flashbacks. The Warhorse. Joey and
the Battle of Warhorse.
Joey and the fucking Indian call, and man, did I just want that gun to go into that horse's head. I just wanted him to put that horse out of its misery. That movie, I wanted someone to come in there with a gun and put me out of my misery, from how terrible that movie was. But Ready Player One was not like War Horse. Ready Player One was a much more fun experience. If you like video games or any type of like 80s pop culture reference, I think you'll have a really fun time. The first driving sequence is actually in the trailer is visually gorgeous. It is gorgeous in there. And then there's a really cool scene that they actually take straight out of the book, where there's like this giant dance sequence that I was like, how are they going to do this? This is going to look really cool. But it was super interesting. And I was just sitting there
just grinning
the whole time. Because I was like, yeah, grinning ear to ear. Because I was like, this is just fun. I'm just enjoying the shit out of it. There's a really cool scene with another movie placed inside of the film that they interact with. That's really cool. And then the final ending scene is super great. Just visually like just nostalgia porn, but it doesn't actually like take away from it. It all serves a purpose.
Yeah.
Like you see like Iron Giant and Gundams and all that, and they all serve a purpose. They're not just thrown in there for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Although I have one issue with it. There's a scene at the end where they're showing all these characters.
Yeah.
You know, they're showing things like Jason Voorhees, and I don't want to surprise a bunch of them for you because there's a lot of them. But like in the trailer, you see Battletoads and you see Tracer from Overwatch. They show Ninja Turtles. And I was like, oh my God, because I just see a shell.
Yeah.
And then it turns around and it's the fucking Michael Bay designs.
Oh.
It's the Michael Bay. I was watching a review of the movie, a spoiler review from Jeremy Johns, and he was sitting there, he's like, really? The Michael Bay ones? Like, this movie takes place in like 2045. That's the version that you chose as your avatar? Not any other version? You chose the Michael Bay version?
Yeah.
I think it was just, that's probably all they had at the time.
Yeah.
But...
Well, those turtles are CG anyway, so it's probably just copy and paste the assets.
Probably. But I mean, yeah, but there are a lot of like super cartoony looking things in there that you could have very easily just put the 80s ones in there and been fine. Or the...
Yeah, but I'm saying they would have
90s.
had to build the assets probably to save time or money or both.
There's also a nod. There's a code. Okay. Okay. I won't give away the spoiler for it, okay? But there's a point where they have to do a chant to activate an item, and they use an exact chant from the movie Excalibur, which I really like it, the movie Excalibur. So that was a cool reference that I was really happy that they did. So I really recommend Ready Player One. I'm really going to suggest it to you, Adam. I think you would actually really get a kick out of it, but I don't know. You might be kind of like weirded out by it. I don't know. I thought that I do think it is up your alley. I think you would like, if you just like visuals, it's gorgeous to look at.
Well, I almost sat through the entirety of Science of Sleep for visuals, and
yeah, there's a reason why that movie's called The Science of Sleep.
Because it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, and it's boring. This is a lot different than The Science of Sleep.
Sure.
Though. This movie is like, you are just invested. Yeah. I really liked it. So definitely, if anyone has any interest of going to see Ready Player One, if you want my opinion,
Bobby recommends it.
I recommend it. Go fuck War Horse though, because that movie fucking sucks. It's one of my least favorite movies ever. Okay, Adam, we are going on to the last topic of the day, which is that Fox has announced 2 delays in their upcoming X-Men films. And one of them...
Oh, okay.
So Fox has officially pushed back the film X-Men Dark Phoenix from its original release on November 2nd this year to February 14th, 2019. They decided to replace that date with another film that they had made, which is the Freddie Mercury biopic Bohemian Rhapsody, which is coming out. Now, I'm thinking that might be more for Oscar type, like Oscar baity, and maybe it'll do a little better in November. That seems like that type of film.
Yeah. And
I think them moving Dark Phoenix to February, I don't think is a bad idea, because so far, Black Panther is one of the highest grossing films of all time now. It's in the top 10, might even be top 5 now, of highest grossing films of all time, and that came out in February.
Yep.
And Deadpool 1 came out in February and had a massive success, which was like the highest single grossing, up to Black Panther, was the highest grossing single, like, solo comic book origin film.
Yeah.
So that actually makes a lot of sense. The one that does not make sense, and actually I think spells out a lot of problems to come, is the movie that I actually was really anticipating, which is New Mutants. I don't know if you saw the trailer for New Mutants. I thought it looked super cool. They were kind of going like, this was like an X-Men horror film.
Yeah.
And with these newer characters, and it seemed like creepy. And they cast Maya Williams from Game of Thrones, which I love Maya Williams. And they also cast another girl, I forget her name, but she was in the movie Split, and she was in the movie Thoroughbreds. And she's got like these really, really like standout eyes. Like her eyes and her eyebrows are just like, they pop when you see her. That's all she is like when I see her. But so they moved that. They had originally delayed it from its release from April 13th. It was supposed to come out on April 13th, which is only a week or two away.
Yeah. That's
when it was originally supposed to come out. But then they delayed that to February 2019. Well, that February 2019 date is now for
Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix. So where did they push that? Now they pushed it a second time to August 2nd. They've almost pushed this movie almost a year and a half almost away, right? Or is it like less than a year? No, they've delayed it about a year. Yeah, they've delayed this movie over a year and a half almost. Mm-hmm. Like that just sounds bad. It says that they're getting reshoots this summer. That was originally, they were saying, hey, we're going to add some characters, we're going to do some reshoots and all this stuff. You delayed it another 6 months?
Yeah.
Like, that seems that just seems like problems to me. I don't think the X-Men Dark Phoenix means problems. I just think, hey, this movie would probably do better. We don't want it conflicting with this movie. We think this probably might have an Oscar chance or might work better in November. We've had a lot of success in February. Let's push it there. But this New Mutants, we already have a trailer for this New Mutants. We don't even have a trailer for the Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
Like, why the hell did you even release a trailer if this movie is not even that close to being done? It just seems that the movie is just going to be a dumpster fire and they're not even given a reason why they're pushing it back so far. And it's not like 2019 is that crammed. I mean, we have, I think Captain Marvel comes out in March, and then I think maybe an Avengers 4 comes out in the summer. But it just seems really extreme to push New Mutants to August 2nd. I just think that's insane. And it just, unfortunately, I think it just spells a lot of problems. I mean, what do you think? I mean, I know I'm talking a lot about it, but I mean, what do you think? Do you think that
I wouldn't
something
say
to worry
it
about?
necessarily says that there is problems, but I can see where that feeling is coming from for you.
Yeah, I mean, a year and a half of delaying a movie, a year and a half, it's like why don't you just reshoot the whole fucking movie? That's what it feels like. It doesn't take that long to even shoot a whole goddamn movie.
Yeah.
Let alone to delay it. It only takes 6 months to shoot a movie, essentially?
Well, sometimes they spend a year shooting a movie, but I mean...
Maybe, but I think this X-Men New Mutants isn't like hey, we gotta go to India, and hey, we gotta go to China and Japan. Like, I think they're all in a fucking mansion. Like, I don't really see why it's taking that long. And the special effects, it just seems like this movie seems to be a more toned down. Like, Dark Phoenix sounds like a big extravaganza Marvel Fox property. I keep saying Marvel Fox, but...
Well, I mean...
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'll show you the trailer after we get done here. Because I
don't think I've seen it.
No, but it's super interesting. I'm like, oh man, this looks really different. So I get a little concerned, and I think that with that big of a delay, I think that that's probably not the best sign for it. All right, Adam, we are officially done with the podcast today. Yep. So I just want to do straight up, I want to apologize just for me. I do all the editing and I do all the filming and stuff like that. This week I've just been slammed, and so me getting the solo videos out are a little are going to be delayed. They're going to be up by the weekend. Well, they'll be up before this podcast gets released. But I mean, anybody who enjoys, I know we don't have a lot of views on those, but for anyone who like wanted to see our like TMNT video or our like reaction to the Toys R Us GoFundMe page, I wanted to have those up, but I've just been getting slammed. So, but they're done. They just need to get uploaded, and I just wanted to say I'm sorry about that. But I will have that, and I will try my best to be a little bit more attentive and be a little bit more sociable on our Facebook and Twitter page. But speaking of the Facebook Twitter page, Adam, why don't you do your only part of the show and tell them where they can reach us?
This is my favorite part.
It's the only part that you need to know.
Really. It's not really. All right, so www.facebook.com/GTAS podcast. That's where you can find us on Facebook. And it's the same thing on Twitter. www.twitter.com/GTAS podcast. We're also available on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher.
Yep. Good job. You remembered Stitcher.
Yeah. As well as YouTube, which you're probably, if you're watching this as a video, you're on the YouTube page right now. Again, we don't have a static YouTube address yet.
No, we have to get so many.
Yeah, you have to have like 1,000 subscribers before that. So, like, if
that ain't happening anytime soon,
you guys should just subscribe even if you don't want to listen to us. That's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we always.
Just help us out.
As I said, if you guys ever have a question or just want to chat with us or anything like that, shoot us a chat on Facebook or on the Twitter. Comment on below the video. Tell us what you think. Like, do you prefer us posting these long ones? Do you like listening to those, or do you like the solo videos? Like, we comment on almost anybody who responds.
We will respond to you. We were very approachable. Even though I seem like a mean asshole who just disagrees with everything
you
that
come
Bobby
off.
said.
You are an asshole. I don't think you're a mean asshole, and I don't think you come off as a mean asshole. I just think you just have bad opinions sometimes.
You're allowed to like bad games, Bobby.
You're had a bad opinion about Meryl Streep, but okay. But here's
sorry, I'm just not. I've never been that thrilled with Meryl Streep, and I don't think that she matches that good. But anyways, we're approachable. I will not treat you the same way I treat Bobby. Me and Bobby have known each other for a long time, so that's why I shit all over everything he says.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot easier to shit on Adam's opinions, though. Adam's opinions are bad. So
well, that's because mine are very sharp and they're smooth like a diamond, so the poop just rolls
our review
down.
on our review on iTunes is actually really almost describes you to a T. That if it's 51, I think it says if it's 51% bad, then you're just fuck this. I'm done. Although I can actually like see positives in bad things, so. You know, that's why I think it's like so funny.
I can too, but I mean, I think that's
you
right.
You rarely do. You rarely can find.
I find positive things and bad things. The problem is if I don't find 51% of good things and 100% of a bad thing, that I say fuck this piece of shit.
Yeah, that's usually how you do it. So, but obviously, if you guys even just want to just send us a question, anything you want to talk about. Like, I'm not begging for questions here, but like as I said on one,
last time we were talking about we'd love to do a segment where you just ask us questions.
Yeah, so I don't even care like what am I watching, or to like let us know like what's something maybe that you would like us to review or talk about on the show, like
except for Fortnite, we're not doing that.
Yeah, I'm not doing Fortnite right now, but
you can get that anywhere. Like you
can get it on your phone now.
Yeah, you can. What, you can play Fortnite on your phone?
I think Fortnite or
no, you can play PUBG on your phone.
Oh, we definitely. Well, then Fortnite's not far behind if it's not already on there.
We were looking at like some of the most recent news, and within the past 4 hours, one website posted 6 or 7.
It was like 6 articles about Fortnite. I'm like, oh,
you don't need any Fortnite coverage from us, and. To be honest, it would be lower quality than what you're going to get anywhere else. We're not going to give you an in-depth analysis of the 1.6 update of whatever. They were talking about surfing on fucking rockets and shit.
Yeah. But you know what? I
Like,
wouldn't
we're
actually
gonna
mind.
fucking know
You know
about
what?
that.
I wouldn't mind. Like, if someone wanted to, like, hey, I'm watching this or I'm playing this. Like, you should check it out. Just send us a thing like hashtag GTAS podcast.
You know the kind of stuff we like. We talk about what we like and what we don't
Send
like.
us something we don't like. Seriously, I'll watch almost anything and at least give it a shot. But if people on our show actually want me to watch something, I'm a little more encouraged to like seek it out. You know.
Yeah.
So, all right. But everybody, thanks again for listening to this edition of the Guys Talking About Shit podcast. I'm your host once again, Bob, and
Adam.
until next time,
See you later.
farewell.